Well, so far everything looks better. See if it stays that way. What do you think of PLTR announcement? I didn't see the announcement. Rumble's acting up. I have to remake that one. All right, let's see. Array. No. Tesla. Pretty cool new feature for highlighting messages. Yeah, the problem is I don't see it in this chat thing that you see on your screen. I actually have to have Twitch chat open to see it, which I do see it over there. Was it 25 bits for that? Yeah, it's been around for a while though. They've had that message effect there. Turn it off. Let's broke through the diagonal. Is there a reason why you don't trade SPY? It's just something I haven't traded. Well, it's something I haven't traded, so it would be new, and I'm much more comfortable trading stocks. So it definitely moves differently than the stocks I trade. Every asset moves in a certain way, and if you get the rhythm of that asset, you tend to trade it over and over again. In order to trade the SPY, I mean, we're talking about 555. Am I going to take 1,000 shares of that? No. So I'd rather trade something else that just will mimic the SPY that I can take size on and get the same idea, the same move. New way to ask SJ about viewer reward, ETA 10 year. Oh, jeez. We love your videos. We love you. Thanks. It's doing a water cannon. Hey, Revolutions. Are you around? Revolutions is the one that offered to sell me the 5090. I don't know where he's at right now, but you want viewer reward? I need that 5090. Oh, shit. There he is. He's got it right on his freaking desk. Your brother does crypto? Market. Shut up, Luke. Swap the futures. Do you think, regardless of learning any strategy, that you would have a slight advantage having traded stocks for 10 years? Oh, yeah. I mean, I think it's all candlesticks, right? I would just have to get the pulse of it. And I have to understand maybe certain dynamics, like the gamma levels are really huge over there, right? And there's different things that move those guys. So I'd have to learn that. But when it all comes down to it, it's still candlesticks.
Any correlation to QQQ having super high volume to a turnaround?
Correlation? I mean, you're going to see high volume on a bottom for sure, but that doesn't mean we're there yet. It could. Could. Ideally, you want to see high volume and the move be up. So I don't know. I don't know what this bottom's going to look like. There's still. So you have competing headlines, whatever way you want to look at it. If you're the believer that we're going down because of tariffs, well, that's not stopping anytime soon. It's ramping up, so the market goes down. If you're a viewer of that it's liquidity that's drying up, that's not changing anytime soon, so the market's going to go down. One of those two narratives needs to change for us to see any kind of move up. Retest of the 480 breakout. 480, Nick? Oh, you're talking about Qs. I thought you were talking about SPY. Oh. Can you look at in Discord? I sent a link to where you can apply to get 58, 5090 from NVIDIA. Where did you post it? You're talking SPY? 480 SPY? Hot damn, Nick. Are you trying to turn me on? Ray with a 1 minute here. Big old candle. 84 break. General. I don't see where you posted it. Can you ping me on it? Oh, there it is. Priority access. Is this some kind of spam thing? I ain't signing up for that shit. Got what I wanted out of that. All right, let's look at the video. Let's look at the video here. This is what Revolutions wants to send to me. I said it's ugly as sin, but I need it. See if it's so ugly that I can't take it, which is going to be very hard to do. This is not his video, it's the card. Gosh, what were they thinking with this freaking light strip? Okay. I don't care about the damn box. Open it up. Oh my gosh. Stop showing the foam. What is that thing? Is that a card support? Looks like it. Yep. That's exactly what it is. Why don't you open it and show us? Okay, that's the adapter. Don't care. Give me the card. Don't tell me they put different colored stickers on the fans. I see 2 black and 1 white or silver. Crying out loud. Can you be any dumber? So hideous. Revolutions is so hideous. I'll take it. Show the freaking card. Is this more?
A program note for OpenAI. Note that 1 o'clock Eastern Time. Company is hosting an event titled Agent Tools for developers.
Okay. How bad is it? Oh, it's the color strip is horrible. It's actually not big. It's a 2 slot card, maybe 2.5. I don't know. I didn't look. It looks 2. Whoa. They put the freaking power there. This is horrible. That better be silver. Oh, for crying out loud. Rainbows. So it's not silver. It's that freaking iridescent shit. You go potty? I'll let the dog out again. I'll finish this in a second.
But they have really great technical setups and the fundamental drivers that giving them those technical setups. And all 3 of these names have been rallying into the tariff stuff and have not sold off. And I think that's really important. McDonald's is up 6% year to date. It's flat over the past week where everything else got killed. It's up 5% over the past month since I brought it to the show. This company that reported earnings in February, 56% gross margins, 46% operating margin, 32% net.
Ticker McDonald's MCD. Note that Josh Brown, CNBC, positive comments on that name. MCD. Ticker SWTX, Sandy Whiskey Tango X-ray. Sure, seeing any spike in activity, new highs. SWTX.
What is this market gonna do? I have no idea. Series priority access.
BBD, Banco.
Look at the chunk taken out of that pipe.
Volume coming in, Bravo, Bravo, Delta.
General chat? Well, dude, Nick. Like, why? How did they do that?
Members, keep in mind, coming up at 1 p.m., we do have a 3-year note auction.
Okay.
DKS Dick's Sporting Goods, Steve Weiss on CNBC, announcing he sold Dick's, DKS, UBER, Uber, and Vertiv VRT.
New 3. All right, let me see here, Nick. That would be amazing. What kind of percent drawdown is that? Let's look here. No, it's not no 13% from top to bottom. So if we revisit this guy. Wait, you said 480, right? Yeah, 480. %. It's about right for a weekly crossover on the moving averages. It would get close enough to the 200 that the 200 probably gets front run. It makes great sense. Oh, comes the market. We dumpy now? It looks like a Head and Shoulders, man. I told Revolutions I'd pay him in feet pics.
Cat jam, cat jam.
JPM, let's go. 4 years, my man. 4 years. Oh, Ray, how you doing? I hit the buy twice. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh, shit. So I hit the buy button twice. Nothing happened. So I hit it 2 more times thinking, oh, great. We're doing this thing where my buttons don't work. E-Trade said, psych, your buttons do work, bitch. Here's 8,000 shares. And then I just started hitting the sell button as fast as possible. I don't even know. Did I lose money on this? Let's see. 5, 4, 4, 6, 6, 5, 6, 9. Okay, so I made money somehow. I made money. Boys, are we about to go off the deep end here? Sure feels like it. And then Ray goes to 215. Unbelievable. That's a spicy volume candle there. Here's your retest. See if we... Oh. What are we going to do here?
Final trades on CNBC, NFLX, Netflix, META, Meta, VRTX, Vertex, IBKR, Interactive Brokers, COWZ, ETF. That's final trades on CNBC.
What you going to do here? Still fighting with this level. The tick is... My tick is all jacked up. Tick is all jacked up. I have minus 860 right now. But the chart's all dunged up. Do you move rocks for SJ2? -1,000.
Members on that 3-year note auction, the when issued coming in at 3.902%.
Okay.
Members taking a look at that 3-year note auction coming in at 3.908% with a bid to cover at 2.70.
This isn't the melting of price action I was expecting here. Still -1,000.
I think your AOS Alpha Oscar standing at the circulation is a new long idea. Motley Fool AOS.
Bounce first or break? Break would be telling. Bounce first. Break first. Wow. No, it did bounce first. That broke 50? Frickin' when? Still isn't like the panic selling. This is too controlled. It's weird. You don't get why I buy in the money. Why I don't buy? Because I don't want the volatility. I want Tesla moves $1 plus a minute. Like, I don't want anything that gets close to that representation. I go further out because I want to be able to not feel the pains of it doing that on me. So that's why I go out of the money. I decide between short and put. Well, I don't know if I can short Tesla. It's the marginal requirement for 1,000 shares would be $1 million for me, roughly. I guess I can. I don't know. This one just, I mean, I could short it and just take smaller size, but I don't know. It's less like it's 2,000. It's playing with 2,000 for this instance. It's playing with $2,000 rather than playing with $500,000. You know, so a little bit of me is like, do I really want to be shorting Tesla with $500,000 sitting there on a hold that I'm going to hold maybe for 30 minutes and be risk $500,000 to some headline that comes out, you know? So it's a little bit of headline protection as well. I have shorted 250 shares if I know it's going to be a very short-term hold. This, I knew it was going to be a longer hold. It's not working out like I thought, though. We'll see. The MQ, though, that's a good point. Let me look. So, well, look at that. One day, end of day min on SPY, 552. I mean, we're right here. So we should bounce. Intraday is down here. So, you know, you could come all the way here and bounce. Who knows? Tesla. Yesterday, we were under all these levels and we just ran. Tesla's got a ways to go. Damn. Down to 200. So we're a ways away from anything crazy as far as the market goes. Are those updated? Yeah, they update. Last update. What? Oh, that's the end of the day. Nope. One of them is not updated. The intraday was wrong. It's close by, though. Yeah, so the SPY was right. It is updated. Tesla option on the past 6 months. Tesla's like my biggest winner this year. I think it's like in my top 3. And I usually only trade it with options. Hey, look. Tesla's my biggest winner this year. I've made $8,000 on Tesla. My second biggest winner is CSAI at 5,800, MCTR at 5,000, HIMS at 4,400, GCL, SOPA, and then NVIDIA is at 2,800.
Candace Carney is out with comments. Says I will ensure a response has quote maximum impact on U.S.
Do those numbers include options? Yes. And as every type of trade. Five-minute cuck building on Tesla with the market still pushing lower. Coming to these levels, this one-day min here. Ray is still juice and juice. FOMO and Ray. Do you ever take vacations? Yes. And trade from your vacation spot? Yes, found. I actually have a whole trading setup. If you go into Discord, I don't know if you're in there or not, but we have in the off-topic section, trading desk setup. If you go to the pin messages, you can see the history of my trading setups. This is what I traded on for probably most of my trading career. These are 27-inch 1440p monitors. And then we progressed to when I finally got some, this is an ultra wide. I know it looks like a 27-inch, but it's just the depth. So 34-inch ultra wide, which led to this, which is my current monitor setup. 4 ultra wides. They're all the same size. Just these are closer to the camera, so they look bigger. So I have 2 trading setups. I have one that includes a laptop and one that includes a small form factor PC. This is the laptop that I use when I trade. These are just USB monitors. This is the trading desk setup with my mini PC. This is a PC right here behind there. So if I'm vacationing in an area for a long period of time, this is a folding table I take with me. These are the same USB monitors. This monitor is one of the old 27 inches from my old setup. I got a carrying case for it. So I use that. 2 of these guys, which need to be replaced. These are only 15 inches and they have a 17-inch version now, which I need to get because these are really small. This is Nix, freaking 4K monsters. So that's the setup. Have I ever considered a Mac Mini? Hell to the no. I ain't never buying no freaking Mac. I hate Apple products. What webcam do I have? I have the Logitech Brio, the new one that just came out. It does really good with color and low light. My previous one, the 922, Logitech 922, it's the one that everyone's used for years. Doesn't do good in low light. Yeah, the MX Brio. That's the one I got. I have 2 of them now. So the one at the lake house that you see me on, that I just switched to, that's also an MX Brio. I really like them. They're expensive, but it's much better sensor than the 922. You can get them on eBay for probably $50 off the normal price that they go for. Look at that. I'm not on board yet, Cheese, but I'm watching it. It didn't feel like panic selling at all. Like yesterday. Yesterday felt like panic selling. Today feels like what is one realistic headline that could reverse the market or everything's suspect? I laid out the two. Again, if you're selling, because there's two types of sellers right now. One that thinks that tariffs is what's pushing the market down. So if you see that tariffs are compromising or backtracking or whatever, you're going to be a buyer and the market goes up. The other ones are the liquidity crew, where you're looking for a change from maybe Jay Powell, or I don't know, Congress comes back and says, hey, let's go spend some money. I don't know. Then maybe you're the buyer and the market goes up. I think those, and maybe Ukraine war ending, maybe that might be a sideshow. I don't know. Gee. Do you think the Fed will reverse course there? Change it up? Jeez. Forgot about the special third type of seller, the SDA shadow traders. Like, we've got I think this week we're going to get some sort of, like Cheese keeps saying, face ripper. I kind of agree with him that we're going to get a face ripper bounce. I don't know if this is the bottom, no. The selling has been so dramatic that whenever we do bounce, it's probably going to be violent. And it could be so violent that we recover the 200 in the same day, wherever we are. But right now, I mean, it's still pushing. Here we go. So that was the retest and fail.
On NFE, seeing a Form 4 insider purchase by the CEO, purchasing 200,000 at $8.77. One spot, $75 million. That's on NFE.
$200 winner there, or $100 winner. Close out half.
Macro note that White House press secretary, and it says the president will quote will not back off his intention to increase tariffs.
Comments out by the White House says White House, the stock market numbers are a snapshot of a moment in time.
Talk bad about the stock market. Talk bad about it. Let's dump this bitch. We're in a period of economic transition. That's right. That's right. Keep talking. Push it lower. This freaking bounces, man. Can we just get some bone-crushing sells? Where else can we go to get it? Let's look at the volume profile. Man, this is a good area for some bouncing, right? If not, oof, it's a freaking window. Right? Yeah, I see it. I don't like that sell-off that it did, but I do have it up still. Bounce or die. It says you, Cheese. I want it to die. I want to be able to buy something at a generational level. Once in a recession level. Hey, AT&T, you want to stop dumping? Yeah. I saw that, Jake. %, got it. Did we just hit 10%? Am I up today? No, I think I'm down a couple $100. I was up. Very short period of time. This is not going the direction I thought it would go today.
Members, the S&P 500 is down about 10% from record highs.
Pure index is ramping. Yo, we might be on our way to 5,500. Thank you, saved. As usual. Did I curse it, Buzz? Did I curse it? Dude, in a matter of 2 weeks, we're down 10%. It's remarkable. So you don't have to look at my whisper. Where did you whisper me? People think I'm crazy with repeating pattern stuff, but it's tracking pretty accurate. Pull up chart and see for yourself. What are you talking about, Luke? Oh. That's QQ. Maybe. Oh, this might be.
On AGRI, AgriForce Growing Systems announces key developments in Radical Clean Solutions division.
What is this headline? Patent. Okay. Look at August dump. Looks identical. Just need a weekly candle to flip. Maybe. Ray coming back up. Tenon went. Ray, jeez. Thing is crazy. Just getting pushback from his own team. Already? Jeez. Of course, my fills are at the absolute high. If Tenon can reclaim the 178 level, which is that peak right there, you've got a VWAP potential to it.
At CERAWeek on
And if that breaks,
says we cannot accept this interruption.
I think pre-market highs are in
US
order.
Hopes US and Canada can use off ramp of USMCA renegotiation to end dispute.
My first Tesla shade ditched the Ram after 8 years. You went from a Ram to a Tesla. Quite the switch up. It's the 1 minute cuck. Gotta lay it down. What are you guys watching? The press secretary? Is that why you guys are commenting so much?
Of pro-Palestinian protests on college campuses and elsewhere is a demand to end the war in Gaza, a goal that this administration actually supports and has pursued. So why has this not been acknowledged or highlighted even?
Because these colleges and these protests have again put out Hamas propaganda. The flyers that have been distributed call for violence. The flyers that have been distributed have the logo of an organization that has held Americans hostage, that murdered innocent babies, that murdered men, women, and children. They are a designated foreign terrorist organization, and we are not going to tolerate non-citizens, foreigners who come here on a visa engaging in such behavior, siding with terrorists. And the Secretary of State reserves the authority to revoke the green card or the visa of an individual who serves as an actually it says right here, reasonable grounds to believe that the alien's presence or activities in the United States would have potentially serious adverse foreign policy consequences to the United States. And I think siding with Hamas makes that quite clear. Secretary Rubio exercised that authority, and we fully believe that we are going to move forward with more arrests, as President Trump previewed in his statement yesterday. Ed,
Yeah, thanks.
go ahead.
Carolyn. So are there conversations between the administration and
Yeah,
the
it's
Canadians
certainly not
going
following.
over this
Jeez,
tariff?
it's certainly
Because
not
Ontario
following.
Premier says the next step is to cut off electricity to the U.S.
And the president put out a statement after seeing those comments and said that it would be there would be grave consequences imposed on Canada if they think about shutting off electricity for the United States of America and our citizens. And the president is also determined to ensure that we are depending on American electricity, not the electricity production of foreign nations, including our allies in Canada. As for conversations, there is continued correspondence between the president's team, particularly Secretary Lutnick, and the Canadians as well.
And in the market reaction, how do you sell to the American people then after they're looking at what's happening in the markets this week and say that the tariff policy long term is something good?
Well, just think about what the tariff policy long-term will do for our country. I think many of us probably grew up in small towns. I know at least I did, and the main street in my small town looks a heck of a lot worse than it
Live, laugh,
probably did
love.
decades ago before I was alive. At least my parents and grandparents tell me so. And I know many Americans feel that same way. What the president envisions for this country is for the United States of America to be a manufacturing superpower, where there are American factories and businesses owned by Americans, producing goods that we are exporting to the rest of the world. Those revenues will stay here. It will increase wages for people here in our great country. It will
All right,
ensure
Ray, give
our
us another
national
push towards
security.
those highs.
It will boost the morale of the American people to have thriving industries again. Think about Detroit, Michigan. Think about North Carolina, as I mentioned, that used to have a thriving furniture industry that no longer exists because of the globalist trade policies of previous and past administrations. And the American people gave the president a tremendous opportunity to restore American greatness and restore our manufacturing dominance, and he's intent on doing just that. John.
Yuck. This might be the MACD opening up to the downside here.
President's message to Republicans to support this continuing resolution is their outreach to Democrats, because what we've seen since the beginning of the fiscal year is that in order to get a continuing resolution, you need bipartisan support and you need
Ticker CAE,
compromise.
Charlie
Well,
Alpha
right
Echo,
now,
Tracy
we are
the bump in
focused on
activity. The
House
social media
Republicans and
circulations
on
and
the
named
House, because that's
CAE.
the first step, as you know, John. And so the president has engaged in correspondence with House Republicans, whipping votes and getting them to a yes, which I understand has been pretty successful this morning thus far. And so, again, the president is encouraging Republicans especially, but again, as I said, all members of Congress to vote to continue funding this government so we can continue the business of the American people, which elected President Trump to do.
And then on financial markets, we've seen this decline yesterday. We see it today as well. It seems that the read on the president's policies is one in which they do not have confidence in his trade tariffs policy. They do not have confidence in what the president said to Fox News over the weekend, that he didn't rule out the idea of a recession. What is your read in terms of the decline that we've seen over the last week and a half in financial markets?
Well, I think there's actually a lot of reason to be confident, and many people do feel confident. Just look at the nearly $2 trillion in private investment that this president has secured. Look at the comments made by the CEO of Apple, one of the biggest companies in this world, who said that he is bullish on the future of American innovation under the leadership of President Trump. Look at CEO confidence. According to the conference,
I just
Board
missed
measure of
TNON.
CEO confidence in Q1 2025
Blinked.
under the leadership of this president, it jumped to its highest level in 3 years, from cautious optimism to confident optimism. If you, again, look at the $2 trillion in investments from some of the biggest companies in the world, look at the jobs report last Friday, as I also cited in my opening remarks. Fox Business reported that Trump sees a manufacturing boom in first full jobs report of his second term. Look at the auto jobs that have already poured back into America. We added 9,000 new auto jobs. Those are sticky jobs. Those are good paying jobs. That's 9,000 American families who will now be able to live the American dream because of the policies of this administration. You also look at small business optimism. The NFIB put out a report this morning. Small business optimism continues to be far higher than it ever was under the previous administration. There's a lot of reason to be optimistic. And again, the American people, CEOs and people on Wall Street and on Main Street should bet on this president. He is a deal maker, he is a businessman, and he's doing what's right for our country. He wants to restore wealth to the United States of America. Michael, good to see you.
Hey, Caroline, thank you. Two questions, if I may. Will the administration be providing any relief to states affected by the Ontario power tariff?
Well, the president has made it very clear that Canada would be very wise.
I take a
not to
Rivian
shut off
RIVN note.
electricity, for the American people.
Rivian's tweeting.
And
It's
we hope that that does not happen.
hands-free
As for
driving
what would happen,
tool.
if that does take place, I'll leave it to
Hands-free
the
driving
president
is
to make
finally
those
here. Watch, it shows a Rivian.
Trump shared
Hands-free driving on Rivian.
over rising egg prices and possible collusion of Big Egg.
Well, we definitely
See if it moves.
do share the concerns of the American people when it comes.
Did he just say
to,
Big
the price of
Egg?
Eggs. However, good news: the average cost of a dozen eggs is actually down since Secretary Rollins and President Trump announced their plan. It's down $1.85. So that's good news on the cost of eggs. And as we know, under the Biden administration, egg prices went up 20%.
All this volume, you can't break
This
a
is another
freaking 1
example of
penny.
an economic mess that President Trump inherited.
Garbage.
And the Secretary of Agriculture and the President are focused on Secretary Rollins put out a 4-point plan rather, to address
Look at all
this
Rivian
crisis.
also including
And
a
she has been
promotional tweet
honest
for
and
its hands-free
realistic with
driving.
American
Rivian's seen a
people,
bump
as
in
this
activity
administration always
on that
is.
tweet.
It will take
RIVN.
about 3 to 6 months to get the egg supply back to where it should be.
Time
But
sensitive.
she's focused, and this administration is focused on doing that every day. Karen.
Thanks, Caroline. Just back on the markets, you said that what we're seeing this week right now on Wall Street is a snapshot of a moment in time. But does the president think he bears any responsibility for the turmoil in the stock market this week?
Look, the president is unwavering in his commitment to restore American manufacturing and global dominance, and I think he doubled down on that this morning with his new statement and the tariffs that will be implemented tomorrow on steel and aluminum.
And he has said recently he's not looking at the market. He said you can't really watch the stock market, but all of the gains since Election Day have been erased in the S&P 500. At what point, how far do stocks have to fall before
All right.
the president
She's basically
considers it a factor?
sending me that
Again, as I just
UBS
said,
is
the president
saying
will look out for Wall Street and for Main Street, just like
the
he
big
did in his
selling
first term, and
probably
people
is
on Wall
over
Street
today.
and Main Street should bet on this president. He's doing
And
what's right for
the
them.
next big panic selling
Good
is
to see you.
very far away.
Caroline. So, is the president prepared, like what we saw with Congressman Massey, to pressure?
Well, let's hope for a freaking face ripper bounce.
This continuing resolution.
All these little
He is very much
dinks lower aren't doing anything as far as
lawmakers on
real
Capitol
volume.
Hill, and I think his statements against Congressman Massey speak for themselves. And I will let the president put out any additional statements if he chooses to, but he fully expects all House Republicans to vote for this continuing resolution.
And just to follow up, can we start to anticipate seeing more of the president weighing in on upcoming 2026 races like we saw this morning?
I'm not sure about that. I'm not even sure if I'm allowed to speak about that from this podium. I would check in with our outside political team for guidance on future races and the president's involvement. Elena.
Thank you. I wanted to ask about some comments Elon Musk made yesterday. He said that there is
We'll see.
$500 to $700
Feels like
in waste and fraud and entitlement spending. He called it, quote, the big one. Social Security as a Ponzi scheme. Should Americans expect changes, big changes, to Social Security and Medicare?
President Trump has been unequivocally clear on this. He is going to protect Social Security and Medicare benefits and Medicaid for hardworking Americans who paid into these entitlement programs and deserve those hard-earned benefits. And unfortunately, the mainstream media has taken Mr. Musk
Ray,
out of
5 minute.
context. I saw a Bloomberg headline that our team actually worked on getting updated and fixed because it was so wrong, and it took Mr. Musk out of context. What he was specifically referring to cutting was the waste and the fraud and abuse that does exist in these programs. According to an IG report from the Social Security Administration, there's more than $70 billion of fraud in the Social Security program alone that we know of. And so the president will continue to protect these programs for hard-working Americans, and actually cutting the waste, fraud, and abuse out of these programs will protect it for hardworking Americans.
They want to take more money.
500 to 700
I don't know.
There's no evidence to claim that, and also if that is the case, that would represent more than a third.
The mark would maybe not today though. That's kind of what I'm getting at. I still feel like we've sold off pretty hard yesterday, and the downward move today is not strong. I feel like there's like a bounce coming.
That's what Doge suspects and thinks. And that's exactly why Doge was created, to ensure that we are investigating the fraudulent spending, the wasteful abuse.
Massey
across
or
our
Trump?
federal government.
Who the hell's
And
Massey?
I would remind everybody in this room that 77% of the American people support this effort by Elon Musk and Doge to identify such waste, fraud, and abuse. Go ahead.
Thanks, Caroline.
You're welcome.
If we could just step back for a second. When President Trump
Say it, bottoming process. We'll see. We'll see. I want to see the volume that goes with the face ripper bounce.
as he's proposing tax hikes in the form of tariffs. And I'm curious
He's not
for
doing
why
that.
he's prioritizing that over the tax cuts.
He's actually not implementing
I
tax
Ticker Hims,
hikes.
HIMS,
Tariffs
a
are a
possible
tax
positive
hike on
catalyst
foreign
for
countries
Hims.
that again have
The
been ripping
CBC is
us off.
reporting
Tariffs are a
with
tax
Wegovy is
cut
linked to an
for the
increased risk
American
of hair
people.
loss.
And the president
Studies
is a
suggest
staunch
Hims is seeing
advocate of
increased
tax
activity
cuts.
on that.
As you know,
HIMS.
he campaigned on no taxes on no
Something
taxes
about
on overtime,
Hims. I
no
couldn't hear what he
taxes on
said.
Social Security benefits.
Positive catalyst.
Three of those things, and he expects Congress to pass them later.
Something linked to hair loss. Is that what he said?
Because I have.
That's
They
it.
don't get charged on foreign companies. They get charged on the importers.
And ultimately,
Coming up
when we
after the
have
close
fair
today,
and
earnings from
balanced
CASY,
trade, which the
Casey's
American
General
people have
Stores,
not seen in decades,
Well,
as I
nothing.
said at the beginning, revenues will stay here, wages will go up,
Push
and
on
our
Rogan.
country will be made wealthier.
Ray's really
I
tight
think
here.
It's insulting that you are trying to test my knowledge of economics and the decisions
Getting
that
heated
the
here.
president has made. I'm now regret giving a question to the Associated Press. Mary,
The first one was on Russia, Ukraine. I know Petkov said yesterday that Zelensky apologized in his letter to Trump. Can you share any more about that letter?
No, going the wrong way.
Yes, the
Freaking
president
A.
referenced that letter, as you're saying, in his joint address to Congress. And I do have an update. As you know, Secretary of State Rubio and our national
Squeeze is still there on Ray.
have been negotiating with the
Coming up
Ukrainians
at 4:30, the
today in
API
Saudi.
Weekly,
They will
API
be
Weekly
providing a
Food and
full readout of that
Gasoline
meeting
stocks.
very soon. But I can assure you and everybody here and the American people that the news we've received from that meeting throughout the day and the president has been briefed on is positive. This meeting has been productive. I will let Secretary of State Rubio and our National Security Advisor speak to the specifics of what has taken place today when they are ready to do so when the meeting concludes. Lindsay, go ahead.
Referring to Mahmoud Khalil, the president has said this is the first of many arrests like this. Does the administration have a rough estimate of how many arrests you're
Markets
planning to make?
curling.
I have an estimate. I do know that DHS, based on very good intel that they have gathered at the direction of the president's executive order, which made it very clear to the Department of Homeland Security that engaging, as I said, in anti-American, anti-Semitic, pro-Hamas protests will not be
Face ripper engaged.
Since the
Is that what we're gonna do here,
Congratulations.
Cheese?
White House says news of a Rubio and Watts meeting with Ukrainians has been positive. Meeting was productive.
Individuals on our nation's colleges and universities, on our college campuses, who have engaged.
I mean, I have absolutely dicked that trade up.
And especially illegal activity. And so I don't have how many arrests will come, but I do know that DHS is actively working on it. And I also know that Columbia University has been given the names of other individuals who have engaged in pro-Hamas activity, and they are refusing
Curling?
to help
God, this needs to get long before the
those individuals
stopgap, though.
campus. And the president said very strongly in his statement yesterday, he is not going to tolerate that, and we
Where's
expect
Pelosi when we need her?
all America's colleges and universities to comply with this administration's policy. Jasmine.
After all of these threats to increase tariffs or turn off electricity, I wonder, does this administration still consider Canada to be a close ally of the United States?
Well, I think Canada is a neighbor. They are a partner. They have always been an ally. Perhaps they are becoming a competitor now. But as the president also laid out in his Truth Social post today, he believes that Canadians would benefit greatly
Still a
from
squeeze
becoming
here.
the 51st state of the United States of America. And I actually looked into some of the research about the cost of living in Canada, and the cost of living is much higher than it is here in the United States of America. The average cost of a home in Canada is much higher. In Quebec, the highest tax rate for an income of $150,000.
I don't know the strat behind pushing that narrative that they know. Maybe it's just to insult them.
The president has made it clear that he believes Canadians would be better served economically, militarily, if they were to become the 51st state of the United States of America.
Clearly, there's no way that Canada's gonna become a 51st state. But what's the reasoning behind saying just to piss them off? It's gotta be.
When can we expect those files to be released to the public?
I would defer you to the Department of Justice. I don't have a timeline here.
55A4.
I don't at this moment. Again, I
All
will
right.
refer you to our DNI director, Tulsi Gabbard, and also the Department of Justice. I know that they are working on that diligently, as the president requested them to do. Christian.
We've been talking a lot about tariffs. Have there been any updates on standing up the External Revenue Service to collect revenue from there?
Well, we need reciprocal tariffs to go into effect first, and as you know, the president will be rolling those out on April 2nd, and then the next start of that process is collecting that revenue to ultimately create the External Revenue Service, which Secretary Lutnick is working very hard on and is quite enthusiastic about, if you have noticed from his media interviews.
Can the president do that through executive action, or will it require legislation?
Well, the president already signed an executive order to direct
It's a 5-minute cock.
to establish the External Revenue Service, or at least to identify ways in which it can be done. I would defer you to the Department of Commerce for more on specifics on that. Sure, in the back.
I want that VWAP break. Really get this thing going.
South Korea and North Korea. First question, as you know, South Korean president
There we go.
has been released from illegal detention. What is the reaction of the United States as an ally? Is there a possibility of a summit with President Trump when President Yoon returns? Second question on North Korea. North Korea launched the ballistic missile, several ballistic missiles.
Big buyers. There you go, Tinon. There you go.
What is the White House's reaction on this?
Sure. Yes, I'll start with your question on North Korea. We condemn these actions, and we call on North Korea to stop their unlawful and destabilizing actions. As for South Korea, the U.S. and Republic of Korea's alliance is ironclad, and the Trump administration remains in close contact with our South Korean counterparts as we work together to promote a free and open Indo-Pacific. Sure.
You didn't answer that release of South Korean president from jail.
Go ahead and buy her.
I don't have anything on that, but I can certainly check in with the
Hello.
National Security Council and get back to you. Sure, good to see you.
Many are concerned about the validity of President Biden's official actions and also his pardons of the possible criminal actions of individuals such as his family members and Liz Cheney, as information's emerging that many of his official actions were auto-signed, possibly even the pardons, and without his knowledge or consent. Does the White House have any information available currently that Biden was actually the one that approved and signed those pardons? And second question, will the DOJ investigate whether President Biden's cognitive decline allowed unelected staff to push through radical policy and pardons?
Well, she's put her tinfoil hat on this morning. Damn.
With our folks here who may know the answer to that question, and get back to you. Dasha.
She put her tinfoil hat on this morning.
Americans might need to buckle up for some.
That's a good SOBR. Sure, seen a spike in activity, new high. Sandy Oscar Bravo Romeo.
I've had with the people. I'm wondering, what is how high is the pain threshold for President Trump and for this White House as you watch some of the turbulence in the stock markets, as you field concerns from businesses and potentially see some of those approval ratings drop in the short term? How much is he willing to stomach that, and will he stay committed to his vision for tariffs even as
Damn.
all of this comes up?
Well, the president has been working hard every single day to alleviate the pain that was inflicted by the previous administration through massive deregulation, through drill baby drill, as we like to call it, unleashing the might of our energy industry, which we know will ultimately drive down costs for consumers here at home. And again, as I mentioned, the president is intent on signing tax cuts for the American people to put more money back into their pockets, which will ultimately unlock consumer confidence. And again, I'll reiterate the president's words in layman's terms.
Okay, what you're getting at.
The president wants
Musk
the
isn't
American
signing
people so much
pardons.
money in their pockets, they don't know what to do with it. That's the goal of this administration through tariffs, through tax cuts.
Am I turning her up a little? Yeah, I was turning her down because I was trying to hear Beta Chuck when he talked.
Before I wrap up, April 28th, I can confirm that the Philadelphia Eagles will be here at the White House to celebrate their Super Bowl victory. I know there was a lot of
RNA
fake
comments,
news about
Barclay.
an invitation that wasn't sent or was sent. We want to correct the record. We sent an invitation. They enthusiastically accepted, and you will see them here on April 28th. And lastly, on a sad note, I would like to express our condolences to Fox News and to the entire Fox family who did lose a cameraman, Craig Savage, who passed away at 61 years old recently. A very tragic death, an individual who was a great man and covered this building for many, many years. So the entire press office, the communications office here wants to express our condolences with his family.
Are we going to break this diagonal or not?
See you guys later. Perhaps you'll see the president in a Tesla later this afternoon. Have a good one.
What's going on? We'll see. See if this SPY 5-minute can hold up or not. I think it's a little telling that maybe watching NVIDIA and how Tesla act here as well. DWTX coming up to that 1083 level. Horseshit, Phils. Wow. Wow. I just got completely dicked there, dude. Completely dicked. When do I think the reversal? I have no idea. I have no idea. Today doesn't feel like panic selling. Yesterday was the first day it felt like panic selling. Today we're down, but there's no panic selling with it. So does that mean we're close to a local low? I don't know. $55. E-Trade, this is a freaking market order.
Circulation's more on these Ukraine headlines. Ukraine expressed readiness to accept the U.S. proposal.
Wow. Made me miss
to
out on
enact
my
an
trade.
Immediate and interim 30-day ceasefire.
30-day ceasefire potential. Watch
The
USO.
headlines,
Yep.
we're seeing a little volume pop in markets.
Right where the market needed this headline.
Circulations, Ukraine expressed readiness to accept the U.S. proposal to enact an immediate and interim 30-day ceasefire.
Right where we needed this headline, boys and girls.
Good day, fine citizens. Some news notes for you. First, from the U.S. State Department on the Jeddah meeting, saying the United States and Ukraine took important steps towards restoring durable peace for Ukraine. Also, the U.S. State Department says that Ukraine expressed readiness to accept the U.S. proposal to enact an immediate interim 30-day ceasefire. And also, in a joint U.S.-Ukraine statement, says the United States
Here we go. Face ripper engaged, boys and girls.
sharing and resume security assistance to Ukraine. Also, Ukraine agreed to conclude as soon as possible a comprehensive agreement for developing Ukraine's critical mineral resources. And both delegations agreed to name their negotiating teams and immediately begin negotiations towards an enduring peace that provides for Ukraine's long-term security. That via Reuters. Good day.
Markets are jacked to the tits right now.
Once again, members, we are seeing a little volume pop in markets as more these headlines are being digested. Ukraine expressing their readiness to accept the U.S.
Let's make a
proposal
stick. Don't forget to
to
take
enact
profit
an
and sip.
immediate and
Yep.
interim 30-day ceasefire.
See if it sticks. Needs to stick. Just AI coming back to the high a day.
And on that Ukraine information that was just discussed, the S&P 500 seeing a big spike, almost back to even territory on the day, down 0.79% to 556.44. Definitely a spike in the S&P 500 after that Ukraine news that was just out.
You smell that? What is that?
What?
Let's go, good banana. Starting it off, make that yam good banana.
Opportunity. No, money.
Horseshit fills, of course.
Money.
I'm getting dicked on these fills today. Oh my gosh.
Members' commentary now out by Axios as well. Axios says Ukraine agreed to a U.S. proposal for 30 days ceasefire. The State Department says the U.S. agreed to lift suspension on intelligence sharing with Ukraine and resume weapons shipments.
I get my ass handed to me on this one too, aren't I? Cannot get him. Cannot get the winner. Crying out loud. Damn it, man. $56.16. It's way up there, Cheese. Don't try to turn me on. I'm red right now.
I just want you to know shares of potash stocks. CF seen increased activity after Ukraine has expressed readiness to accept U.S. proposal for a 30-day ceasefire.
Missed it. Oh, sir. There we go. About frickin' time.
The new lows for ticker CF. Well, it's a relatively light activity. Charlie Foxtrot on that news.
Jeez. I'll take it off. Needed that one.
Shares can continue to sell off. CF News.
HSI, 1 minute. Thank you, Stam. Am I trying to turn you on right now? I mean, my presence alone probably did it. So, you're welcome. All right, Tesla approaching a pretty big resistance. Let's see if we blow through that first time. Market is still chooching. You know, the buying isn't that strong. The tick is only plus 500, so maybe this is just a bull trap. I don't know. We got to get through this VWAP here. Not going to get too excited yet. The buying is not intense enough right now for my liking. Is it a bounce? Yep. Are we just reloading for another move lower? Not sure. Bull trap music to my ears keeps singing. Don't you use me as gold.
Market note for
Said
you.
I'm not
our
sure.
Incredible WIMS team stands for Why Is It Moving? You didn't know. Shares of real estate ETFs are trading lower following a rise in treasury yields, which of course can raise borrowing costs for
What did he
firms
just
and
say?
enhance the relative attractiveness of bonds for income-oriented investors. Good stuff there from our WIMS team.
Whims? Why is it moving? Okay. It's the first time I've heard that one. So now we know what that is.
The Rubio out with comments. He says Ukraine is taking a positive step. We hope Russians will reciprocate.
Remember, some more commentary circulating now. Rubio says the ball is now in Russia's court on Ukrainian pact. This is commentary out by Rubio. Says Ukraine has taken a positive step. We hope Russians will reciprocate.
What is it, me? Oops.
Some more news notes for you on this Tuesday afternoon. U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio says the ball is now in Russia's court on Ukraine peace. Goes on to say Ukraine has taken positive step. We hope
Biddy about to go high a day.
reciprocate. And U.S. National Security Advisor Mike Waltz also says Ukraine made concrete proposals.
hope we go down. Russia's going to say no. They just had a huge win on the battlefield and removed a chip from the table yesterday. HSAI still juicing. No pants again? Oh, jeez.
What's some more commentary coming from the White House in the joint statements? Is U.S. and Ukraine agreed to conclude a minerals deal as soon as possible?
Bitcoin highs.
And some more from U.S. National Security Advisor Mike Walls on the Ukraine situation.
Crypto Nut, Michael
Says
Saylor
talks got
tweeting
in
big things are coming.
substantive details on how Ukraine war will end.
Boxers and a tie.
Russian counterpart in coming days.
That's more clothes than I wear to bed.
Marco Rubio, the Secretary of State, will meet with G7 foreigners in the next couple of days as well. And Waltz goes on to say, discuss guarantees Ukraine will have for long-term security. That via Reuters, and market responding as the S&P 500 has seen a spike, now down 0.61% to 557.33 on the session.
The measles tickers? I have no idea. Why is there an outbreak or something?
Another market-wide note for you. Shares of auto and auto parts stocks are trading lower after President Trump announced additional tariffs on steel and aluminum coming into the United States from Canada, which could drive volatility in trade and input costs.
I'll take a CRH, Charlie Romeo Hotel. Sure seeing a spike in activity, new high
1
CRH.
minute. Needs to go. Already did the cock, so let's go cock again, huh? There you go. There you go. There you go. Five minute on the spy is getting a little extended here. Yeah. That's a resistance line if I've ever seen it. Need to break free soon.
RACE, interesting note. Ferrari has now become the most valuable car company in Europe, despite only delivering 13,752 vehicles in 2024. Next largest, Volkswagen, sold 9 million cars and has a market cap roughly $40 billion lower. Ferrari shares trading up 0.89% today to $440.98. That is Romeo Alpha Charlie Echo.
Ray coming back? No. That's HSA. Come on. If you're gonna go, let's do it. Let's get naked. You know what I mean? There you go. Let's get naked. There you go, big boy. There you go, big boy. Keep spreading those wings. Tenon.
You smell that? What is that?
Breaking out.
What? What's that smell? A cologne? No. Opportunity. No. Money. Okay.
Came back down pretty hard. Back through that 190. There you go, market.
You smell that? What is that?
What?
Let's go, verified. Gifting out the sub. Let's go, bud. Let's go, bud. Good banana gifting out the sub. Can we get some good bananas up in the hizzle?
I smell money.
Let's go. Making the yam yams. I love to see it. I love to see the peeps make the yam yams. How far away is that P2? We just hit it, I think. Oh, no. Oh, jeez. She's trying to turn me on here. HSAI juicing. Love you long time.
Important news note for you. U.S. Senate Republican leader John Thune says he hopes that tariffs are temporary, though he supports them to stop the flow of fentanyl. That is via Reuters.
HSAI is an absolute animal. Oh, I really kind of want to get out of this Tenon. Even though I think Tenon could go high a day here, I just want to get out of it, focus on stuff that's moving a little bit better. I'll come back to it if it gets closer to high a day. Nvidia starting to juice.
News note, more from U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio on the Ukraine situation. He says the offer is to stop the shooting. Our hope is the Russians will say yes. No deadline, but hope to do this as soon as possible. Goes on to say Russians can provide is to say yes to the agreement, and U.S. Ukraine will work
Sober, giving it all back. CF.
Well, that via Reuters.
DWTX. Maybe. $5,600. Yeah. We'll see what happens here. XPEV 5-minute. CORZ down by support here. Y'all on the Futures channel are wild, man.
Macro note for you. The Canada-Alberta energy minister says he wants to de-escalate the trade dispute with the United States.
I bet you do want to de-escalate.
But it is not the approach for Alberta. It also says they provided the United States with several options on how to de-escalate the situation, that via Reuters.
Are we green now? Oh, we're back to green finally. Holy hell. Fighting this all day long. Look at what? Trump ends Ukraine war in first 90 days. Oh, the poly market bet? Ceasefire is not ending the war. But that did just jump up. ELEK, huh? What is this? Yurtle? Freaking A. I want to point out on the SPY anyway. Look where we bounced today, boys. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. All right, another chance to juice it here. We'll see what's up. This one who comes in chat, just Google their display name and call them by their Christian name. What? Spy about to rip. Maybe. Kind of look on that 2-minute chart on it. See if we get another juicer out of it. All right, I'm gonna call it here. We're green, I think. Let me make sure. Yeah, $100. I got some errands I gotta run. Watch this HSAI. That looks like it's setting up for a move, pop or drop. Market setting up for maybe another move up. We'll see. So we're gonna raid somebody that looks like they're having a bad time, and we're gonna make their day. So be back at it tomorrow. Glad to be green, even though it's not a lot. We were like over $1,000 red at one point, so it's a win. I gotta run. Be back tomorrow. Peace out, everybody.